Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime. Please enjoy the show.
It's the corner where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you made it here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
It's week 14 and the Kansas City Chiefs are back home at Arrowhead for a must-win matchup against the Houston Texans. The Chiefs come in as 4.5-point favorites, and with the playoff race heating up, every drive, every snap, and every big play matters. And you know, this offense is ready to make our tonsils tickle.
Tickle your tonsils.
FanDuel has every angle covered, from Mahomes' passing yards to Kelsey's receptions to Kareem Hunt's rushing yards. Want even more action? Build your own same-game parlay and ride with Chiefs Kingdom all Sunday long, with lightning-fast payouts and an app that's smoother than a Mahomes sidearm throw. And don't forget, every Friday on Chief Concerns, we break down our best 5-leg same-game parlay of the week, plus JD's 10 Keys to Victory, laying out exactly how the Chiefs can handle business at Arrowhead and keep their playoff push alive. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and make every snap count. Chiefs, Texans, must-win football in December, and this one's going to make your tonsils tickle.
Tickle your tonsils.
Attention all sports bettors. Big news, Chiefs Kingdom. Sports betting is finally going live in Missouri on December 1st. So we've partnered with bookies.com to bring you all the best sportsbook promos and sign-up offers in one place. Head over to bookies.com/chiefconcerns. The link is in the description below to check out all the offers from the top sportsbooks in your area and pre-register today. You can lock in those bonuses now, even before betting officially starts on December 1st. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Chief Concerns. I'm Marcus Dash, our guys, former Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn, and my brother Teja Dash will be joining us shortly. But guys, our Chiefs fall again, 6-7 on the season, now with a 16% chance to make the playoffs. Conversation will be shifting focus from playoffs, must-wins, and all that stuff to what do we need to do next year? Because that's going to be the talk for, 4 games left? Yeah, Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders. 4 games left, and we already know that our season is pretty much on the fritz, close to being done, ski for the year. And no, Andy did not tickle our tonsils. I was waiting for a tickle our tonsils with some kind of penalty, or some kind of like cool play or something, but we never got that tickle your tonsils kind of vibe. I never got that, at least. I mean, the defense second half gave me some tickle tonsils kind of vibe. I'll tell you what. Every week we talk about, is Mahomes, is Kelsey going to step up? Is Andy Reid going to step up? Who's going to step up, right? 95 is going to step up. Well, I'll tell you what. First half of this game, we couldn't do a damn thing. Offensively, defensively, it was pretty rough. Second, think about it. Nico Collins at 100 yards receiving in the first half of that game. And then you have Chris Jones tell a defense step up. You saw it in his play. He was ready to go. Like, he was fired up. On the sidelines, he was fired up. In the field, he was fired up. Chris Jones came to life in the second half of that game. Dude, I'm talking about, I think the third quarter alone, they had 4 3-and-outs. They had 4 possessions. Texans went 4 3-and-outs. I believe to start the fourth quarter, it wasn't until we had that 4th and 2. We went for our 4th and 2 and gave the ball at our own 30. That's when kind of things got not in a spiral, but they gave him the ball in the short field, man. Are you serious? Yeah, fourth quarter. Yeah, so we throw an interception. It goes 6 plays. They punt it. We turn over on downs, and that's where they get the ball and they score and take the go-ahead touchdown with 6 plays and 30 yards. So that's kind of where it's like, okay. And even after that, it was 17-10. Even after that, we go for the 4th and 4 where Mahomes throws it to Rice. Rice drops it. They get the ball right there, and what happens? We ended up stopping them, and get them out of field goal range, because they kick a field goal there, it's pretty much over 20-10. But no, defense steps up again. They get them out of field goal range, the delay game, and they end up punting it. I mean, and then, offensively, in the next drive, Mahomes throws a pick or throws a pass to Kelsey, which is dropped and turns into an interception. So there he is. What's up, Tej?
Yo.
Yeah, so just kind of talking about how when this team, right, when you have a team that's filled with guys like Kelsey, Mahomes, and Chris Jones, these are the three vets, right? The three vets everyone looks to is like, oh, these are our leaders. These are guys when it's grind time, when it's come to closing time, those are guys you can look to. And tonight, the only one of those that really like came out and like showed up was 9-5, and that was pretty apparent. Like that, what he did in the second half of that game, like it was the defense did, not just him, but like he was a big part of that. But what they did in the second half of that game, the third and fourth quarter, like that was more than enough to give our offense a chance. And we had chances, but we never really followed through with it and did anything to kind of back up what the defense was putting out there for us. And I really thought that people want to dog 95 because his numbers aren't there, but like, dude, he's getting double teamed, one of the highest rates in the league. In this game, he was getting double teamed. He was still making TFLs all day long. So, like, I thought that Chris Jones really showed up when we needed someone to show up tonight, and he did.
Yeah, I think it was, if I'm going to be constructive criticism, I'd say I wish he did it more this year, but yeah, he did. I mean, I love to look at our games and see how many weeks did all three of those guys show up in the same week: Jones, Kelsey, and Mahomes. Because if it's not one, it's the other. So it's we needed everyone to play well, and Jones certainly was not a problem. Our defense was not a problem tonight at all. I don't put any blame on them. They showed up. They did their part. It's unfortunate that the rest of the team did not.
The
fourth downs are brutal because we weren't even playing well. Like, it'd be one thing if you were like, oh, this team's in rhythm. Like, what? Oh, we had bad luck on first and second down. We'll get this. We'll get this, right? Like, I feel like we almost think we're due for like a play to go our way, and not necessarily calling plays based on how well we're playing. Because that was an exceptional defense out there tonight. Houston's defense is awesome, and our offense is not playing very well. So to go really aggressive in fourth downs there, just bad decisions. I feel like they were just bad decisions. You punt there. Your defense is playing well enough. I like being aggressive too. And if we would have gotten that, I'd say great. I mean, the way always every fan does. If you get it, great. If you don't, why do we do it? But I mean, I just thinking about it now, regardless if we got it or not, up to that play, we were not really playing. We were playing better in the second half. Yes, our offense was playing a lot better. But we overall, man, like we weren't clicking like by any means. Like we were just a stumble away every single time. So I just, yeah.
And I will say this, and I'm seeing everyone's talking about the 4th and 1, the infamous 4th and 1 play, which allowed them to score that touchdown, the go-ahead touchdown, make it 17-10. That was a horrible play. I mean, the play just wasn't like, honestly, I would have preferred anything other than what we actually saw there. You have Hollywood Brown in the backfield. Kareem Hunt is out next to Asa Pole on that play, like as like a tight end or wing back. And you have Hollywood Brown in the backfield. I mean, what was that? I mean, like, what are we doing here? Like, that just didn't. Bad play call. I would much rather run it up the gut with Kareem Hunt from the freaking gun than do that. I mean, that was just a bad play call overall. But I do think I'm seeing everyone in the chat kind of saying that the 4th and 1 was the turning point of the game. And I really do think that was the turning point of the game. Like, yeah, sure. First half, we got kind of like Nico Collins at 100 yards receiving. They kind of did whatever they wanted offensively in the first half. But second half, it came even. It's about even there. It's 10-10 at that moment when that 4th and 1 happens. It's 10-10, and they score make it 17-10. But I do think that play, because while the defense was still cooking even after that, I do think that did take a little bit some wind out of our sails there, because you get they come out right back on the field. It's 30 yards. And by the way, when the Collinsworth and Tarico are saying that the analytics said it was plus, it was a positive, actually go for on that play. How? I mean, that makes me question analytics a lot because 4th and 1 on your own 30 and a 10-10 game with 7 minutes left, that it's a positive analytical play. I just don't agree with that at all. I think it's a horrible decision.
Yeah, I think I don't. That's one thing analytics doesn't look at, how well you're already playing. It just goes straight by percentages of like math that's available to them. It doesn't all take into consideration like how well you've been playing that day at all. Did it take into consideration how many linemen were down? Does it do that too? Does it factor all that into it? I don't know if it does that actually. I think it's just a pretty black and white calculation of what's available to you on the field. But yeah, I mean, look, you need your best players to show up in the biggest moments, and they just didn't. A few of them didn't. I wouldn't say Mahomes has, even though statistically it is his worst game of his career. I just read EPA per dropback, worst ever. Completion percentage, worst ever. Passer rating, worst ever. So like 3 big statistics, all worst ever for him. I actually don't, eye test wise, I don't know if it was the worst game I've ever seen from him before. This game was a really bad drop game too. I feel like it was really bad on the drops.
There he is. What's up, JD?
What's going down? How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right?
Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what it was.
How are you feeling after that one? Fans are not in a good place right now, JD. The fans are not in a good place right now.
I mean, shoot. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, what do you want to do? The guys had a chance, man. They was fighting for it. They just always came up short, man. Always short making plays. That's what it was. So
It wasn't meant to be.
no, I mean, look. What I do love is, the second half they did come out and start fighting. They started swinging. It was a different team second half, and so they looked like they turned it on as soon as Chris Jones and Spags turned up the heat. Looked different, and guess what? Everybody fed off of Chris Jones and him making plays. It was just like, look, Chris is like, look, I'll leave it on to me. Let me be the one and just do it by myself. And he was coming through guys and he was just really, assaulting, CJ Stroud. So, as far as, man, how this thing goes for the season, you see it. It was what we had to deal with all season is, penalties, drop passes, play calling in certain situations, and then just, making the big plays at the time when you needed it. And it just seemed like we were always, hamstrung by our own things that we did. That's what it was. Wasn't really like what the defense did to us. I mean, you seen it tonight. Shoot, we had one right there, Rashid Rice, and Kelsey had a couple in his hands. And just, guys just dropping passes. Not to mention, I mean, Patrick Mahomes throws one deep, underthrows the interception. I mean, a ball like that, man, that's supposed to go to the back of the end zone. If it ain't for Hollywood Brown, that ball's supposed to be overthrown. It's never supposed to be an underthrown ball. So you see things like that, miscues and mistakes. It pretty much kind of sums up where this team has been all season. So that's the unfortunate part. The unfortunate part is not understanding exactly how talented this team really is. Even if we was down 3 guys on the offensive line, and we still battled back. I'm not saying that wasn't an issue, because it was, because you had to change the whole game plan, has to, operate around that. And I think we did a pretty decent job. We started giving some of the guys help, chip blocks, going out to the flat, becoming an outlet guy. But man, yeah, this one really hurts. This one really stings, man. It really does. And you can't have your defense be put in position to always save you. And that's exactly what happened. Our offense put the defense in a bad position pretty much most of the night, whether it be from an interception or, the fourth down calls, right, which are questionable. I wasn't mad at the first one. The first one I wasn't really as upset with. I thought we kind of rushed that first one. The second one, for sure, we should have punted. Definitely should have punted on the second one, especially defense is playing such a good game. Just don't put them in a position where they could kick that field goal and put them up 2 scores. That, for me, was that was kind of the head scratcher, really. So,
So you agree with the 4th and 1 on our own 30? That's the one you agree with? Because that's one for me that I think, while the defense was still cooking, because even after that, when we went from the 4th and 4, we got a stop on that where they could have kicked the field goal. We got stopped there. We got them out of field goal range, and they had to punt it to us. But that 4th and 1 is the one where they get the go ahead touchdown. I didn't even like the play call either. Like, I mean, forget about the decision of going for it. That play call made no sense. You have Kareem Hunt as a wing back there, or right lined up next to Issa Pole, and then Hollywood Brown's in the backfield. What are we doing? I mean, that whole play call just didn't make any sense to me. On top of the decision not making any sense.
it didn't. And really, I thought what they were going to do was try to draw them off sides and then punt it. But then I was like, okay, we're going to run for it. Right. Yeah, Kareem Hunt. Or you have your play, in your back pocket that is going to work on 4th and 1. You're that close, yard and a half. Like I said, I wasn't really opposed to it. I wouldn't have done it myself. Like I said, I would have tried to draw them off sides and then punt it, just to see if, you pulling somebody off with a hard count or whatever, with movement. We just didn't do it. But at the very end, down to the 1 second, we just seemed like it was rushed. But with that, if you do that, you hold them, defense holds them, then you just hold them to a field goal. They go by 3. So I think Andy trusted those guys. I loved it because I feel like it was aggressive. These guys understood, like, man, look, we got the momentum. We really standing on business here. So why not go for it? I mean, it's 4th and 1, right? And so everybody's there, the analytics and all this. Okay. What it's telling us also, too, is the best third yard back, short down back in the league usually gets that yard. And we didn't hand it off to him. So, hey, man, it's like anything else. You'll check and second guess every single call, but that second one, that second 4th down, I wouldn't have went for it. I would have punted the ball. Definitely would have punted the ball.
Yeah. I guess my counter to the first thing is Mahomes wasn't having a good game overall, and Kareem Hunt was averaging like under 3 yards a carry. He was having probably one of his most ineffective days. So just going for it all the way to 30 when your defense has him stifled. The way our defense was playing, we might have had the ball back in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. No, yeah. Like I said, I understood why they did it. Myself, I wouldn't have done it myself, but I do understand why they did do it, right? I mean, at that moment, that's what you're trying to say, hey, look, if we're going to win this thing, put it on our back. That's our confidence right here. This is the season. And so if you go and you fight for this 1 yard, this is what this thing means. I mean, it's accumulation of like saying all the things that have happened to us, we're going to put it on us. We can't rely on anybody else. If I got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Rashid Rice, Kareem Hunt, how about we do that, get the 1 yard? So.
How many drops do you think we had, JD?
I think 7, wasn't it? I think
9.
somebody said 9 drops. Wow. Well,
9 drops, 2 turnovers, a 4th down that you didn't get, 2 4th down. Oh, let's just say the 4th down you didn't get from your own 30. I mean, you're going to lose that game every time. Everything 9 in the high 90%. You're going to lose that game. We were down by 7 at this point. I told Marcus during the game, I was like, down by 7, 2 turnovers. It's not that bad. But then I said, you know what? I found myself saying this all season. All season, it's like, oh, you know what? Like, this game should be a lot worse. So I should feel pretty good that we're only down by 3 or 7, and we're losing the turnover battle, and we have a million penalties against us, and we don't look right, and we have bad plays today. But it's not enough. Guys just need to play cleaner when you need them to play the cleanest. Like we said the other day, this is a playoff game. Like, We've never played this poorly in a playoff game before. As a team, like, or at least on the whole one side of the ball, because I can't really say many bad things about our defense. They had a really good drive. I think even on that, there was a bad penalty call on us. Noel Williams looked great. I don't know why he didn't get a lot of playing time the last few weeks. We could have used him out there a lot. I would have stuck him on CeeDee Lamb all game and the way he played tonight. There's a lot of positives, but just your main guys just didn't show up, and they not show up. They played bad. I mean, Kelsey, man, oof. I don't even. It's a bad game from him, man. That's one of the worst. That's one of the worst Kelsey games I think I've seen. That's one of the worst ones.
I told him, I said the two he had, the drops I know, was kind of behind him. He makes those plays, of course. I mean, anytime he hits your hands, I mean, that's yours, right? And he's trying to make a play. But anytime you're trying to pull it into your body, got three guys surrounding you, that's a tough deal. It's a tough deal. I thought we should have been trying to get to him earlier. And I don't think we did a good job of doing that. So some of the things that were working, some of the quick outs, probably dumping it down. Two guys, we had in one. There was one that Patrick just missed. Caliendo had gotten beat. But Pat, if he throws this and just leaves the guy, I mean, it's a touchdown. And I don't know what he was looking at. Maybe he's just looking at, okay, maybe I run with my feet and throw the football. But there was times that Pat looked absolutely brilliant, invincible, unstoppable. And then there was times he just looked pedestrian. And it was just like, wow, really. And that was kind of that's the dichotomy we've been playing with all season. It's been that. These opposite, fields of what this team has been. You're up one minute, then you're down. You're up and you're down. You're gonna win 10-0. It's just where's the juice at? Like you said, this is a playoff atmosphere. Where's everybody at? Where's everybody at?
Yeah.
And it's almost it looked like we just succumbed to, oh yeah, well, we don't have our three offensive linemen, and we're gonna be bad. And it was like, wow.
Our offensive line wasn't the problem. That's the funny thing. I've seen worse. Let me put it this way: I've seen way worse offensive line outputs out of our team with better offensive results, with less weapons on the field too. By the way, I've seen less weapons with a worse O line, and we play much better. Granted, you don't play the Texans every week. That I do understand that, but he had time. Sometime I'm like, he's got time. He had time there. Guys weren't getting open. Guys, when they did get open, they dropped balls. If it wasn't one thing, it was another. It was like that scene in Vegas Vacation when Chevy Chase tries to plug one hole in the Hoover Dam and then another hole squirts another thing in water in his face. He puts gum in that. Then he puts gum in that hole and then blows a big bubble of water, and then that one pops and then another one opens up. It's just endless. I couldn't believe it. It was like Murphy's Law. Everything that needed to go wrong went wrong on almost every other friggin' play. It's just, man, yeah. So
it's unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. But like I said, man, tip my hat off to really, Chris Jones trying to wheel the win today. And the one time they got the first down is he goes out, takes a break, and Marks runs right up there to the right side of the offensive line and runs it in. I'm just like, well, they knew Chris was out. I'd run right there too. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Their third string third down back came in and scored a touchdown on his first touch.
Yeah.
Man, that's the kind of game it is, huh? Woody Marks averaging 2.6 for the game, and their third stringer just comes right in.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a lot of decisions that was questionable. Even on the third down, why are we bad defensively on third and long? I don't get that. Why are we giving up,
3rd and
15,
17,
18.
like they're from like a 3-yard line.
Right. Come on, man.
I couldn't believe. I was like, oh my gosh, how'd you guys? And they almost had some other conversions that he overthrew a little bit because of, thank goodness, the blitz finally got to him.
Yes.
But there were some that were there. I was like, cool, man, that was actually there. He almost had that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm like, Spags, you've been bringing heat the whole time. Why wouldn't you bring it on 3rd and long on this? And have guys just sit back. You know they're going to try to get 17 yards. I mean, shoot, you get the blitz there. There's no way he's going to be able to get it off with a deep throw. There's no way. They're not going to be able to get that. Man, I couldn't understand it. So, oh, man.
So the defense was obviously the I would say the silver lining of this game was defense played good, especially second half. And you would talk about guys wanting to play like the playoffs. Chris Jones definitely brought that element component tonight that you saw. Yeah. It was, if 87 didn't have his best game or 15 didn't have his best game, at the end of the day, Chris Jones came out and played like this was it tonight. And the whole defense brought their A game in the second half. I mean, third quarter, 4 3-and-outs.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's not forget the special teams in this too. Harrison Buckner missed that field goal. I'm like, God, man. I'm like, shit. What the hell you been doing on the sideline? I'm just like, wow. I was like, yep, that adds up. That's what it looks like. That's what we look like his first half.
So deflating. It was so deflating.
12
play drives. Yeah. He even missed. He almost misses an extra point too.
Yeah. Thank God KC the Wolf was bending the field goal that way with the stick it in. Jeez. All that stuff was like, stick it back. But man, I tell you what, man, I hate it for the guys. I really do. Because second half, they really wanted it. They did. I know how hard they fought. I know how disappointing it was, man, seeing the guys on the sideline watching Travis Kelce, man, that hurts. That hurts. Pat, too. And that's the thing, man. When you know that you're good and you just don't meet your potential, that's the worst. That is the worst. So, shoot.
One of the other bright spots this game, we kind of mentioned offensive line, but obviously bright spot. But Wanya Morris ends up going down in this game on the first play, which is add insult to injury. With this whole offensive line's having issues, and then the guy who's supposed to fill in at left tackle gets hurt. And then you have a guy who's making his NFL debut on primetime against the best pass rush in the league, or arguably the best pass rush in the league. You put him at left tackle, Issa Polle, who looked phenomenal. For a guy who's no one expected him to play, he comes in and looked pretty dang good. Jetty, what do you make? I feel like whenever fans have a guy, a training camp or preseason sweetheart that they love, and then when they finally get out to play because they dominate the third or fourth quarter of preseason games, people think this guy's good. But then they come out to play it, they usually get dominated. He held his own tonight. He played pretty dang good for his debut. What did you make of Issa Polle? And did anything he did surprise you at all?
No, I think he did a decent job, man. We did what we had to do to help him out. That's what you're supposed to do. A guy like that who's coming in, who's thrown right now into the fire. That first series, he looked a little rough, man. He kind of got underneath himself. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's kind of folding up inside there. I don't know if I've seen that or not, but he looked like he was out of his league. And then, of course, man, he just kind of settled down because he's a big man. He's a big man. He's a wide guy to get around. And so I could tell Hunter and those guys was like, yo, this sucker's wide. And that's tough. We got a mountain of a guy like him. Not only you had to try to get through him, and they kind of knocked him down a couple of times, but also, too, you got chip blocks that's helping him out as well. You're dealing with a whole lot, man. But hats off to him, man. He did a pretty decent job. I like what I saw with him, and he's just going to get better. He's just going to get better. And I'm glad we got him here because, he's worth, his roster spot. So I was pleased with what he did, man. I was pleased with him.
Teja, where'd you stay on the Issa Polle love? He's getting a lot. He had a lot of love going into this game, and I think he's going to get even more love and get more fans after what we saw tonight from Issa Polle.
Thrown into the fire like that. I think he played great. I couldn't ask for more, especially against this line and those ends. Like I would have been worried about Simmons going against these guys, not because like Simmons is bad by any means, but when you're going against elite DNs, they can make really good tackles look bad. So when you're seeing someone fresh off the street, pretty much, more or less, for him not to look bad is great in itself. Taylor's not going to be here next year. I bet on it at this point. So yeah, we're going to need cheap, young tackles that can fill in. So yeah, it's great. It's great for more so next year, but yeah.
And too, like I said, I know some people say like, "Hey, we should definitely look at drafting a tackle in next year's draft because Jalen Moore's it's a 2-year deal, right? So he's got 1 more year left. If he is going to be a right tackle next year, but and I also saw this too. I don't know if you noticed this, JD, but towards the end of that game, I guess once Pole kind of got settled in a little bit, it seemed like we were sending more help to Jalen Moore's side than we were to Pole's side. And I thought that was pretty interesting tonight that it seemed like Moore was getting a little bit more help than Pole was at certain points in this game. But nonetheless, you have a guy like Pole who can maybe be your future right tackle, right? I mean, you do have a guy who could be the future right tackle once Jalen Moore is gone in 2 years, and maybe he takes a job next year. Who knows? But just to have that guy on the roster to know that we do have depth and developmental guys who actually look good. That was a huge win in tonight's game. A small victory, but a huge win in tonight's game.
Jalen needed more help. Is that what you said?
He said it's what it seemed like, but I think it was pretty equal. They was moving back and forth, and I think really there's probably setting the protection toward, probably Hunter or
Anderson.
I think they were doing that more so than anything else. He's like, look, Anderson, we need to get some help on him. So when you know that, you could push the protection his way. So wherever side he lined up on, they was probably doing that more so than anything else. So, but I think we found something there. I think we found something for sure with Issa Pole, and I'm happy about that, man. Because now it's about, we don't know how this thing's going to play out. It's going to take a lot for the Chiefs to get in. Even if you went out here, it's going to have guys had to win and somebody had to lose. All of that, right? It's not in your field anymore. In your court, as far as like where your future lies.
We cannot control our own destiny.
No, you can't. And so, but now you start looking at like, okay, what do you start doing later on down the line? So, but fellas, look there, man. I got to run. Okay, I gotta go, man. I appreciate it. We'll talk later. I guess I'll do the little the grades tomorrow night. Yeah. So I'm still here visiting with Chad, man. So, y'all fellas, y'all be good. I'll talk to y'all, man. Love you guys.
Love you, man.
Love you. Appreciate it.
Send our love to Chad, man.
I sure will. Chad, he said he love you. All right. All right, guys.
Later.
All right, see you, brother.
As far as people upset, want to skip out, wait for the draft, we will have plenty of off-season and draft talk, so you won't have to go too far.
Yeah. I mean, last year it'll start a little bit earlier. Last year on what takes place at the grade shows for our new subscribers and viewers. What takes place for our grade show on Mondays once the season's over is Teja, myself, and JD. We all pick out 3 prospects that we like who would fit our team very well, and we discuss them on the show every Monday. So we do a very comprehensive draft coverage, and not to pat ourselves on the back here, but we predicted every guy that we drafted last year. We talked about him on our show, so pretty good.
Yeah, because the silver lining to missing guys, it's twofold. You get to see who you have behind that guy, which is great. You get to see Pole. You get to see Noah Williams step up and look like a guy. You also get to see what a sneak peek at life without them would be. And then you get to take that information and combine that with what it would take to keep them around. And I'm not saying I want to trade Trent McDuffie, but I don't think we would be lost without him. And obviously get into this more in the offseason, but we have a lot of things to figure out. We got to move some money around. So, and we're not going to really have a lot of money to replace some of these guys. So we'll need the draft pick. So I would not be surprised at all with the McDuffie trade coming our way in the offseason.
So I'm seeing a comment here, Thunder Dan. What's up, buddy? I'm not going anywhere. This is not done unless people feel the Chargers are going to win out. If we win out and match records of the Ravens and the Chargers.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the question here. Right, because I did the Bleacher Report post game, and a lot of the comments were Chiefs. And I've seen some of the comments in here in our chat here say we need to rest Mahomes. We need to sit Mahomes. Can't get him hurt. Pretty much a basketball decision, an NBA kind of move where you sit your guys, you rest them for the rest of the year, tank the rest of the season. Now, NFL is a little different than NBA because NBA is all guaranteed money. NFL, these guys are playing for incentivized contracts that they have to hit. So like we're not gonna, unless Mahomes is hurt, his knee is actually hurt and fried, then you sit him. And also too, we have a 16% chance of making the playoffs, so we're not out of it statistically yet. What are your thoughts on the whole idea of sitting guys to play younger guys, see what we have in those young guys?
No. I mean, look, we have enough injuries to the point where we don't have to really do that. It's happening anyway. We don't have to say like, hey, take a break here. Let someone else play. Like, no. We got enough guys getting their own organic playing time anyway. So no, I don't think so at all. We're not completely out of it. As Chief fans, we've seen more unlikely playoff appearances down the stretch. So I've seen way crazier things happen. You keep playing. You fight till the fight's over. So no, you keep playing. I'm not saying I'm going to talk about the draft till the season's over. I'm not. Trust me. I obsess enough over the draft and prospects. I need to hold off as long as possible. So please make the season as long as they can. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not over yet. This is a big loss. I'll say it was a big time loss. So, we have a lot of teams that win tiebreaker over us.
And yet another one.
Yeah. If we're tied with multiple teams and the Ravens, we lose the tiebreaker with them because conference record.
Oh no.
Because I'm looking at it right now. ESPN has,
but conference record. The only NFC team we beat, or we beat the Lions and the Lions.
It says Ravens win over Kansas City and Miami based on win percentage in conference games.
In conference games, so we beat the Lions.
It's weird because usually they try to get rid of you against another team based on your record against them first, head to head. But
yeah. That's weird. Yeah, it should be head-to-head. I'm pretty sure. I thought it was head-to-head, but
I'm not sure how that changes when there's multiple teams tied. But yeah, luckily we play the Chargers again. That's one game we can make up after this loss. So
yeah, that's next week. That's another.
They
one.
lose tomorrow. Let's say they lose tomorrow. 8-5. We win. 7-7. They're 8-6. They got to lose one more time. We got to also look and see like what the conference breakdown is, that kind of thing. Like right, so.
And they have a tough schedule in the season. They play Cowboys and the Texans.
Yeah, so they could very well lose again. That's one team, though, right? Like now we have to worry about hopefully.
Yeah, Thunder Dan says the head-to-head is first. AFC is the second tie break.
Yeah, I don't know why ESPN's saying that. It doesn't seem right. Colts, we have the head-to-head, but, we are down 2 games against them now. They play the Jacksonville again, so I foresee them probably losing that game. They could probably lose another one.
The Colts?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Riley Leonard in there, I think it's game set match for them.
That's a good one. Texans, we don't have tiebreaker. That's a rough one. So let's just say Texans might just get in. Ravens, we have head-to-head against. Yeah, that's our best shot. It's really that Chargers position. So next week is our season. Like there's no like, well, no. Next week's it. That is it.
It's more like it's it, but it's really I think this was it. That next week we're pulling any kind of hope.
Yeah, you're trying to extend your life, right? Like that's what it is. You're just trying to extend your life. staying on the ground long enough to get a rest before that they call timeout on your behalf.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get some rest. But
I see Digger, our guy Mike Brennan. What was upsetting is that Pole wasn't really a surprise. I mean, Mike.
Well,
well
against this end,
it's a surprise.
Yes.
Yeah. But what the one thing I think is funny about him, not Mike Brennan, but Issa Pole, is that we all had these crushes in the preseason, right? I was a Justin Ross guy. I thought Justin Ross would be the next big thing. So I am a victim of that. I am guilty of that. However, the Issa Pole thing, like, he looked good against the third and fourth quarter guys, and people thought that was going to transfer over into the NFL, and it has. Like, this one game, he looked fantastic doing it. But guys, he didn't. Like, he went to the Jets. The Jets didn't keep him around. That's a horrible franchise. You would think they would have kept him, right? But they're idiotic. They're a bad franchise. They let him go. He comes back to us, and then look. I mean, he got a chance to be the guy that today thrown into the fire, and he was fantastic today. So like, that wasn't. No one saw this become. No one saw this being a thing. Fans were hopeful that he could be a thing, but we were basing that on dominating the third and fourth quarter preseason games. But nonetheless, Pole is a dude, so I'm happy we have that. So yeah.
Yeah.
K Yang, can you recap what needs to happen for us to get in the playoffs? There's a lot of things need to happen.
It's a little early for that, but win next week, number one. And everyone we're close to, and okay, root against the Texans next week. Hope the Cardinals pull it out. Look, man, Texans are a good team. They're a good team, but they're so beatable. Brissett can pull a rabbit out of his ass and somehow have one of those just sparked good games. Get a pick six against Stroud. It's a whole different ball game. That's a winnable game for the Cardinals. I know it sounds crazy, but the Cardinals could pull that out. Texans also play the Chargers. Texans also play the Colts. Like, those are teams all in contention. Once we get closer to that point, we just need the right team to lose that game. Is what it comes down to.
I have a comment in here, a contribution from B Green 112. Do your tonsils feel tickled? Huh.
Yeah, because I'm sick now from watching.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say you could go at this in multiple ways. I feel like Andy tickled my tonsils by telling me I was gonna get my tonsils tickled, and I was expecting something, but like, it was a freaking. I mean, he blue balled me. Andy blue balled me today with what we saw tonight. I thought I was gonna see something. Nothing. The only thing I saw tonight was okay. Issa Pole looked pretty dang good, but like, offensively, I mean, it was nothing, man.
It's funny, two of the better plays I liked a lot were both drops. The Kareem Hunt fake and throw to him.
Yeah.
That was a good play. That was a really good play. It was effective. It worked, and he dropped it. The Noah Gray, when we had two guys kind of crossing, and then Noah Gray kind of blocked and then went to the seam. That was kind of a rough throw. So I don't know if that was necessarily a drop, but we didn't convert either one of those. I like both those plays. It's too bad.
Did you guys discuss the chance that Rasheed has a concussion?
No, but that would make sense considering how bad that drop was at the end. Wouldn't be that surprised. I would assume they checked him out after that. I mean, the guy's bell rung, and he was showing an impact from effect from that. So, yeah. And you're right, though. Chargers do have a rough schedule. Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, Texans, Broncos.
Tough.
So definitely root for the Broncos, obviously. And when it comes down to two of the teams that beat us going in against each other, Texans versus Chargers, I'll tell you right now, we're rooting for the Texans in that game, right? Yeah. So There you go. There's 2 losses for them. Cowboys, that's 3 losses for them. So it's not completely over yet. The problem is we're not playing well on top of it. Like the number one thing is we got to win, and we keep not doing that every week. So that's the rough part. I think some of these teams can lose.
Do you think because like this whole year, like, we haven't really seen the best of our defense and offense, like, it's consistent play. Do you think what we saw in the second half, do you think the defense woke up a little bit? Do you think there's a chance that we could see reemergence of the defense going forward here, just based on the way they played in the second half of this game? Because, I mean, I did think I saw a different type of defense in the second half of that game.
I think we saw a raised level of intensity on both sides of the ball. I've never seen Mahomes push a pile before. So that kind of stuff means something. And I think he hurt his knee on that play too, by the way. So like whatever deal he made with the devil to become like the GOAT of our time, of our generation. Part of that deal was you cannot be near the line. You can't have the ball in your hands. You can't push anybody. No tush push, no sneaks, nothing. I'll let you be great out of the pocket. I'll let you be great in the pocket, but you cannot do that kind of stuff. And he did it, and he was gimpy after that. I think both of our sides have played really well. We have seen some of the best of those sides, but rarely at the same time. I think that's the biggest problem. Are we going to see them playing that way at the same time and for a whole game? Not like we've had a lot of, oh, the offense looked great in the first half. They had a lull in the third quarter and through half of the fourth, but then the defense played really well. It's like we don't get them at the same time very often. That's the biggest problem. Like the whole team isn't clicking at all times, and if it is, it's short lived.
Look, I mean, it's weird. I don't feel as like I thought I feel pretty like mad and sad about this game tonight, but I feel like I feel worse about other losses we've had this year. Maybe because it was 10 points and like we played pretty bad a lot of the time, like this game, like because at the end of the day, like our teams played great in the second half, but like offensively we just didn't look good at all. Like if we were to pull that game out, I would say we didn't really deserve that one. I mean, like, dude, we did not play. We had a really ugly game offensively.
I hate to say it, Mark. It sounds like you're getting accustomed to mediocrity. Is what it sounds like.
Well, I mean, like, look, we talked before. That's why, like, and GP kind of says it here. It was fun telling all the fans leaving early that they were fair weather fans. You and I have been through the grinder. A lot of us in the chat have been through some really bad times. So being 6-7, honestly, I grew up in this. I'm comfortable in this. I vibe at 6-7. This is our norm.
I ate crap for a long time. Like this is just like bad leftovers. Like this isn't that bad. This is just like not like it needs more salt and like to be edible. It's edible. Like I was eating things that made me sick for a long time, like really badly. Like I couldn't live off of it. Like doctor was saying, whatever you're eating, stop eating it. Like that was bad times. This is like, it's just the food's not that great tasting, but like it's still edible. You're not gonna get sick. You can live off of it for a while. We're spoiled. We're definitely spoiled. I mean, like this isn't, and it's funny hearing other people tell us, like, I've had other people tell me, like, oh man, like, you know, it's really bad. It's like, dude, it's fine. Like, I don't expect to win this I'm not delusional. Like, we've been on a crazy run. I don't think we were the best team of all time. And I certainly don't think anything's over for us. Like, people have off years. Like, you know, I'm saddened that this was our reaction to getting our ass handed to us in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl. That's what upsets me a lot. Like this, I expected more grit and fight, but it almost seems like the problem is we already went through that once and we went back to the Super Bowl again. So I feel like we kind of just think things are going to fall our way. That's kind of why I think Andy went for it on that fourth down. I think he thinks like, you know, we're due. There's no way in hell we're not going to get this. There's no way in hell we're going to lose this game and not be in the playoffs. Like, we got to get this. This is just going to happen. This is not happening for us. We're not making it happen. Like, we're not trying to make it happen enough. The defense today, it seemed like they were actively trying to make it happen, right? Like, but our offense, I think, sometimes thinks everyone's back. Like, they'll be fine. We're going to be the high-flying offense again. It's just not always looking that way. It's just not.
Yeah, I feel like just kind of talking about how, you know, 6-7. I mean, this is our, as Chief fans, we are comfortable in this. The real ones, the ones who've been around for a while. It reminds me of the Bane line from Dark Knight Rises, where he says the The darkness. He said, "You think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. This is ours. This is what we were like born and kind of like been into for most of our lives. This like last 10 years, like it's been fantastic. And like, sure, we're 6-7, and will we make the playoffs? Probably not. But like, we'll be back here every Monday and every Wednesday in the offseason talking about what we can do to get back to the playoffs and back to the Super Bowl, back to the AFC Championship game again. But like people saying they're done with this organization until they fire Andy Reid. I'm seeing so much nonsense online. I'm done with this organization until they fire Andy Reid or Brett Veach. They don't watch the Chiefs again. It's like we were around before you got here. I'll be around after you get here, buddy, and after you leave. I mean, it's just so stupid. Too many dumb comments. I get it, you're mad. There's a lot to be mad about. The play calling's been pretty trash this year at times, but like you're gonna leave because the coach who's got 3 Super Bowls and went to 3 straight Super Bowls and been in the AFC Championship for the last 9 years. You're gonna leave because this guy's not fired after one mediocre season. Give me a break, man.
I totally see. Where is it? Thunder Dan. Yes, I totally agree. If we get in, absolutely no one wants to play us, and we already saw death. Like we already died for 45 seconds, man. We saw the other side, and like when we come out of that and we live, it's going to be a different life for us in the playoffs. I totally agree with that. We have to just get in, though. I will say, the last time we got blown out in the Super Bowl, we made a lot of changes. We took that opportunity to say, okay, we need to retool. Like, this isn't sustainable, right? We made some tough decisions with guys that a lot of people loved. Maybe this kind of season is the hand that forces those kind of decisions. Because when you're winning, right? Like when you're winning every year and you're always in contention, you go to the Super Bowl, it's hard to make those decisions because you have so many people saying, but you're a dynasty. How could you change like what's working? Well, now Veach can be like, well, those triggers I wanted to pull, I couldn't do that before, but now I can because people are like, you got to do something. People are just like, I don't even know what to do, but do something, right? So I do see some changes coming this season if we don't make the playoffs, or if we do and we lose in like the opening round or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think changes are going to have to come eventually anyway. I mean, I read that Spags and Nagy are both top candidates to get jobs this coming year as far as head coaching jobs. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition. But the Tennessee Titans one's linked to Nagy, and that makes sense. The GM over there was our former assistant GM, so there was the connection there. So I could definitely see that. And then at that point, I said, wait, do they bring in Doug Pearson back? They bring in Bieniemy back? They bring Mike Kafka back? They were huge Mike Kafka fans. Does he come back to be the OC? A young guy who, quite frankly, is actually doing a pretty damn good job with the Giants, like the offense here with a rookie quarterback. So I will see. That's a conversation we'll have to see in the offseason, but I don't know. I do like to see that people are fans of Eric Bieniemy again. I remember when Eric Bieniemy was here, he was getting the Nagy treatment that Nagy's getting now. But now that EB's gone, people want him back. I love to see because I've always been a Bieniemy fan, so I was never one of those, oh, we need to fire EB. There's a lot of people out there, but now as people are kind of going back and saying, yeah, maybe we needed him back. Yeah, it would have been nice to have kept EB. Yeah. Michael Antonio, can you see the Colts winning again? As long as Riley Leonard is their starting quarterback, I like them at Notre Dame. I don't see them winning with Riley Leonard at the helm. So no, I don't know what their schedule is. Let me see what their schedule is. The Colts' remaining schedule, they play. Okay, so they're at Seattle next week with a rookie quarterback. No,
who?
That's not at. They're at Seattle. The Colts.
No, who is who?
The Colts.
Okay.
At Seattle, loss. Hosting the Niners on Monday night. I'll go Niners there. So no. And then.
Yeah, but the Colts don't even have a playoff spot right now. They're out. They're the 8th seed right now. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're 8th. It's 5, 6, and 7 are the Bills. 9 and 4, they pretty much have that. I think it's
okay.
Done deal. Texans and Chargers are really our adversaries because I think the Colts will lose games. So I'm not even at this point. The Colts don't bother me that much. It's really the Chargers and it's that Chargers spot I think that we have to get. And yeah, the
Yeah.
Colts are one team that will be battling out for that spot.
Yeah.
But I just think like
I think they're done though. Like we're battling for them. I think they're done. So you just take them out of the list because, like I said, so they play Seahawks, Niners, Jags, Texans. I think they could go 0-4 those last 4 games with Ryan Leonard as their quarterback.
Yeah.
Chargers, we just talked about their schedule. They have a tough schedule coming up, so they could lose tomorrow night to the Eagles, and they play us next week. It's tough. So
yeah, because who knows? I mean, Herbert's got injury right now, right?
But yeah, it's pretty much the Rodgers injury, and Rodgers is playing with that. So like,
yeah, but we saw Daniels come back from an elbow injury that he was supposed to be fine from, and all it took was one fall, and he's like done. So you never know. You never know. Yeah, it's interesting down the stretch.
yeah. Who the Texans played down the stretch?
Chargers are 7-2 in the conference. We're 3-5 though. 3-5, man.
Yeah, and the Texans have a pretty nice end of the season. Cardinals, Raiders, Chargers, Colts. I mean, like you said, they could lose to these teams, but at the same time, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Bottom line is we must win out. You're right, J-Dep, but we also need other things to happen on the other side of the thing as well. On the other side, but got to run that ball, Hunt, going for it with 1 yard left, head scratcher. Yeah, I mean, if we are going to go for it in that 4th-and-1 situation on our own 30, you run the ball with Kareem Hunt. You don't do this crazy, ridiculous formation. There's not a running back in the backfield, Hollywood Brown in the backfield, who's never in the backfield ever, and then Kareem Hunt is right next to Issa Poole on the side there. Didn't like that much, but anyway. Yeah, Steve Cash says we lose all the tiebreakers. Rough year. Yeah. Digger 4287, Mike Brennan says y'all are working it out live, just what 16% odds are like. Real slim. Yeah. It's gonna be tough. All right, guys. Well, tomorrow night.
We're the 13th overall pick right now.
Ooh, it's a top edge rusher in this draft.
Could be.
But all right, guys. So JD and I will be on tomorrow night for our grade show right here on this channel, 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. JD will go and grade all the position groups from this game, from this game tonight. So yeah, come on in, hop in, vent, some more venting, and then we'll see where we're at. So we love you all. We hope you guys enjoy the episode. We will see you guys tomorrow night. And Teja and I, Teja will be back on Friday for our betting show and the Keys of Victory. So
yep, love you all. Keep your heads up.
Take it easy, everybody. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.